Hello, we're here for episode number 4 of the Sustainability Podcast. We've got Larysa and Karina from Maanch on the line, and we're going to be asking a series of questions today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hi, sure. So my name is Larysa, and I'm the Director of Product Development at Maanch.
Hi, I'm Karina, and I'm the Tech Lead at Maanch.
Okay, so we've got the two guys that are definitely in charge of the product and making it happen. So my aim from this podcast is to learn a little bit more about your product and its focus and what it's trying to achieve. So we've got a load of questions and then we'll go into some personal questions, but it should be pretty quick. But let's hear it. So the first one is, can you give us an overview of the company and tell us what you're trying to do?
Sure, I can start probably. So we are a UK-based B Corp company, launched in 2018, and it all started for us with a vision to create a fair future for everyone on the planet. And now we're developing solutions to measure, monitor, and report on the impact of investments, organizations, and philanthropy. So basically, we have 3 types of stakeholders: investors, companies, and funders, and 3 types of products as well. So M-Invest, M-Corp, and M-Give. And we are enabling our investors to track the impact of their investments and the impact of their engagements with their portfolio companies. We are also helping corporates to maximize the impact of their the net impact of their business. And also we are helping our funders to maximize the impact of their fundings. So overall, we are trying to inspire all of the participants of the impact ecosystem to reallocate their capital and resources towards achieving UN SDGs. And we are enabling that through data, intelligence, dashboards, and networks that make up our M-Invest, M-Corp, and M-Give solutions.
Okay, so quite a broad array of products. And so because this is a sustainable podcast, we're trying to understand how that actually benefits users from a green perspective. So where the impact is felt in trying to reduce maybe carbon emissions or where their investments go, making sure that that's in a sustainable manner. What does your product do to help us achieve that?
So basically, we are enabling our customers to track all of that impact, right? And also, so if you think about our M-Give product, so we are supporting a variety of charities who can create projects and on our platform, and funders can support those projects. But in more particular, speaking about M-Invest and M-Corp, so companies are able to track all of those carbon emissions and all other metrics on our platform. And all of that data can be made available to the investor as well through other interfaces that they have access to. So kind of we are creating that smooth communication between different stakeholders. And we are making it more easy for companies to track and report on all those metrics, because all this impact and sustainability is always is being referred to as something complex. So kind of we are trying to help them to convert those complex things into simple, easy to measure and understand metrics.
Brilliant. So the knowledge creates the power that they can make more sustainable based decisions. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the explanation. And what kind of impact do you see this sort of solution having for your customers in the future?
So you might have seen in the news recently that Elon Musk told that he would sell Tesla stock for $6 billion to help support the UN's World Food Program to end world hunger. And he would do that only if they could provide him a detailed plan of how they're going to use his money and stuff. So basically in 2 weeks, they came back to him with a detailed plan. And I think our impact is sitting in these kind of challenges as well, where you have the funder with a lot of money, you have receivers who need those money. And the challenge is about, first of all, responding quickly, as well as trying to simplify and explain how we are going to achieve that, what will be the impact created and stuff. So I think we can help with these kind of challenges, as well as if you think about, again, companies. Nowadays, they're struggling often with creating all of those sustainability reports, and following all those regulations that are being released often. And we can help them with that, because also some companies, they cannot support like big, strong impact and sustainability teams. And we can help them to build their strategy, right?
Okay, and would you say, and this question's a little bit off the script, but would you say that your product, it gives them all of the detail that they might need, or is it more of a supporting mechanism to help companies make the right decisions or put the right plans in place?
Yeah, so we're kind of helping them to support all of that ecosystem, so to say. So it all starts from the data gathering and data collection. So we are trying to build a system to collect all of the data sets internally from their systems, like HR system, CRM system and stuff. And then connecting that data with some externally available, like open data sources, for example. And based on all of that, connecting the dots to help them prepare the reporting that they can share with stakeholders.
Brilliant, thank you so much. That's a helpful answer. And what kind of return on investment do customers typically see? And not all things in this are always going to be financial, but is there anything that helps save the planet?
Yeah, maybe I'll let Karina speak.
Yeah. I think obviously like it's different with the different products that we offer. And especially with our first product, which is the mGive platform, we have charities and we have donors. And over there, it's not only monetary. So on the donor side, it's more like I think they get to see what their impact is. And with the recently released funder quiz, we've given them more. We've created a profile for funders, and that helps them see. In a very fun way, they can see what kind of funder they are, what are the characteristics, and it's much more than just giving the money. It's more about building your profile and smart giving and giving to areas that need the money more. So yeah.
So you better understand what you're doing with your money. So the return on investment is clarity, I suppose, which is helpful. And does this solution is it for a certain type of company, or is there a sort of sweet spot that you aim for in the market?
So maybe I'll pick up this one. If you think about our mCorp product, so probably I would say that this is more like small and mid-sized companies, also because they usually have less resources to support those kind of impact and sustainability teams, and we can help them kind of building that strategy. But also probably some organizations that haven't digitized their processes yet, and that is why there's kind of having troubles with proper impact tracking, because they all of their processes are really paper-based and stuff. So they're using lots of Excel sheets still, we can help them with digitizing their processes and going online with all of their teams and tracking everything through our dashboards. That makes things much easier then.
Okay, so if we were to narrow that down to a kind of client that you work with at the moment, so small and medium, and a business that wants to see and use data that it's got in a more effective way, or is there another sweet spot? Describe your kind of ideal customer.
Yeah, it's different for different products, I would say. Okay. But yeah, for example, if you speak about mCorp, so yeah, I would highlight those, for example. And for example, our customers that are using our mGive product, so these are funders who want to allocate their projects and efficiently to worthy projects. So they are really worried about not just giving money out, but giving them wisely. They want to see the impact that they're creating, and they want to share it with others. So we are also interested in kind of building the community of funders that are interested in supporting probably specific areas of fundings, and are interested in supporting specific topics, for example. So we are helping them to address those and track that impact through our dashboards.
I think I better understand the ideal customer. So I'm hoping there's a few of them watching this and kind of understanding how that your product might benefit them. And how do you see this market evolving in the next few years?
The UN, they're releasing those yearly reports on the Sustainable Development Goals. And in the recent report they released, they mentioned that it seems that we are not on track to reach those Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. And I think that's the moment when companies, organizations, we need to strengthen our commitment towards achieving SDGs, and more collaboration is needed among different sectors. And that's why I think more solutions will be coming to the market that would support open data, knowledge sharing, sort of like data exchange, collective giving, collective dashboards and stuff. Yeah. So this is also the philosophy that we are supporting at Maanch as well. And I think more solutions will be coming to the market supporting this as well as probably AI too. So this is something that more companies are looking into at the moment, trying to develop AI technologies.
Because we've seen the power of open banking and what that does for the kind of personal the personal customer, the individual. I can see the power of open data and more being shared with more verification, more cross-platform sharing. I can really see what you're trying to get to there. That's very exciting. And what are your plans for the business over the next 2 years?
So for us, it all started with a huge focus on the UK market initially. So we were doing lots of onboarding of UK charities and doing a lot of outreach in the UK. And then we started expanding our focus to Europe and the US. So I would say our plan is to strengthen our position in the current markets, and if things go well, go to new markets. And besides that, we're doing lots of product development work at the moment. So on our mGive side, the product for funders, we are looking into onboarding more institutional funders. So we are scoping the requirements that would for the product that would perfectly match their needs, as well as we are working a lot on the Invest side now, and we are releasing our MVP for the engagement tracker. That is the solution that will enable that is enabling investors to track their engagements with portfolio companies. So we have our go-to-market strategy ready, and we are going with this product, and also we are doing a lot of work on the review of different company assessment approaches, and we want to aggregate all of these approaches into our company impact diagnostic tool. So in general, we really want to create the difference in how companies are doing their impact tracking. And also we are looking into different integrations with several solutions out there on the market that are already collecting some data on companies. So their financial data, company impact data. And we are looking to how we can collaborate probably and integrate the data that we have with the data that is being collected in our solution, and to provide more value to the investors and our customers.
Okay, it sounds like far too complicated a product to demo. It sounds like it's got to be used in kind of the impact scene. But if you've got anything that's good for the customer to have a look at, post it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that we get some people to have a look and kind of understand more about what they're seeing. What are the major roadblocks or frustrations that your product has at the moment? What are you finding most difficult?
I can take this one. I think it's because the data is so fragmented at this point. Like you said, everyone wants to build a new platform, and that's a challenge that we've had to face, where we need to find a way to work with different sets of data. And there are also a lot of gaps in the data. I think, like Laura said, right, the UN Sustainability Development Goals, their projection, I think people are just becoming aware of it. And that's why you'll see that data is more available right now. But if you look at the past few years, the data is there are lots of gaps, is missing data everywhere. And that's something that I think customers have faced. The other thing is also adoption of tech in this sector, which we have seen personally. I think a lot of this work was being done on Excel sheets or documents, Word documents, and trying to be able to get all of that historical data on our systems so that people are able to still keep their data intact and get people on board to use new technology. That's something that's been a challenge, but it's been a very positive experience, and we've learned a lot from our customers.
As a business owner, I understand the perils of non-standard reporting, and I can imagine, and I only imagine, what that does to larger data sets. So unpicking that and getting them to engage with it must be a large challenge. I totally understand. What challenges, and this one's a bit more about hiring, what challenges do you kind of have to overcome with your key hires? So what have you seen recently when you're trying to grow your tech teams or your product development teams?
I think the question is about more than just hiring talent. It's about how on board people are with the ideology behind what we're doing. And I think for us to succeed, that's been a vital factor. Everyone in the team needs to be on board. So we cannot afford to have people who just want to come and do a 9-to-5 job. So it's much more than just doing your work and going back home. You need to feel what we're doing has an impact, and that's something that we've always looked in all of our hires, and we've been fortunate enough to have a team of people who believe in what we're doing, and we see it happening every day. So that's been good.
Nice. I like it. It doesn't sound like a challenge. It sounds like something to flourish on. So I'm sure if you've got vacancies, again, if you can put them in the comment section below, you might get bombarded by recruiters. Unfortunately, I've got a recruitment network. You might also get some good applications from some brilliant people. We've seen that happen in the past. So make sure you put any adverts down below. Hiring and firing, huge part of any successful company. What do you look for from your team? Which I think you've kind of answered there, but do you look for people that are maybe with a particular skill set? Do you look for experience, or do you look for a mindset?
I think it's more for mindset, and we're very. I think we've got a very diverse team actually, all over the globe, and it's funny how that it's sort of like people have found us, and it hasn't been the other way around. So that's been really interesting, and I think you can always train someone to do something, but you can't build their mindset. No. And that's what's important to us, how people think and do things.
No, and it comes across in the passion that both of you guys are putting across towards your product. So you've given me some really detailed and engaging answers. So I'm going to rewatch this one a bit later on and trying to look at the product and understand it a bit better myself. We're going to move on to understanding you two as people. So I've got some questions lined up that just kind of find out what your favorite things are, and we go from there. And that will hopefully give anyone the chance that sees this to have a think, yeah, you're the right people to work for. So first question, piece of software you can't do without. Don't say Zoom.
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify.
I think ClickUp.
ClickUp, yeah, no, I've used ClickUp, and I've definitely used Spotify, so I get that. Best piece of tech you've ever bought?
I would say AirPods then, next to Spotify.
I had a feeling it's going to be AirPods, but that's fine, I get it. Karina?
I think the Nintendo Switch.
In your downtime, just yes.
Yeah.
Whenever I sit down and play a games console, I kind of get a phone call and think, God, I've got to go back to real life. And so far, I haven't even managed to sign into my PS5.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're all in time zones, I know one of you's in Kiev, one's in New York. Do you guys work at night? Or do you work at day? Or do you just work 20 hours a day and go for it?
Yeah, it really depends, but more often working at night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Karina?
I think my brain officially kicks in sometime at noon.
Okay.
And so it's usually I'll start my day early, but yeah, the major work is being done in the evenings, I guess.
I work totally the opposite. I start work at 7 and I finish work at 4. Motto that you both live by. Is it a shared motto or have we got our own?
I have my own. That is, if you don't try, you'll never know. So because I hate regretting things. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Karina's coming to you.
Yeah, I think mine is it's more about like, do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. And I read it, I think, somewhere on Pinterest, and it really stuck with me. And that's what keeps me going every day, especially with the lockdown and stuff.
One of my favorites is if you're 1% better today and you're 1% better every day, you're 365% better in a year. And that one, Atomic Habits, I think it comes from, but it's definitely something about marginal gains helps.
Yeah, of course.
How do you guys stay focused? Spotify and AirPods?
Music.
Go on, was it actually that, or have you got a different answer? Go on.
I actually do meditate sometimes. It does help me.
Nice. Karina?
I think definitely music when I'm like in the middle of work. As like a tech person, I think that just helped me to zone in. But I also, we also start our team day with meditation for around 3 minutes, and it's been a practice that we've been, doing right from the start.
So and, middle of a stand-up, we just start meditating.
Yeah, it's more of that start of the stand-up. We start meditating, just allow everybody to collect their thoughts before they start. Yeah.
Fine, really important one, obviously vital for everybody. Microsoft or Apple?
Apple.
Yeah, Apple. I have to say Apple. I'm using a MacBook.
Okay. The best thing about working in a tech company? Your tech company specifically, please.
Yeah, I think for me it's that we are kind of creating new products, creating something new, and also because I don't know, I like working with the tech people.
Karina?
I think it's a joy of building something from scratch, and what we're doing is building something that doesn't exist, and that's why it does take a lot of brain juice, but it's very rewarding to see things come to life, and I'm really excited for the product launch next year
and the product roadmap, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. I really do. But then with the highs come the lows. So the biggest bugbear about working in a tech company?
Those moments when something is not working and there is a bug and you're just waiting for the person to get fix that bug and you just can't do anything and you're just feeling so bad at those moments. So just I think that's the worst thing for me.
I think that there are moments when you start like wondering if you're on the right track, and you can't really, everyone says it's very easy to find answers on the internet, but sometimes there are things that don't have answers yet, and you're the one who needs to find the answer, and that's something that's very challenging. So yeah, it does get you down for a bit, but I think if you keep pushing, it always I think everything has an answer at the end of the day. So you just need to really look.
Really look under the sofa. Yeah, maybe on the 99th page of Google, but it does exist. We'll find an answer, or we're creating something new, and you are the person to do it, and I can see that. Currently on your bucket list, what do you guys want to achieve personally? That's a big, broad question, so I feel free to give you your best answer.
I think for me, it's speaking at TED. I love watching TED, and recently I just thought about it would be a good thing to be added to my bucket list. Yeah.
Nice. Karina?
I think it's more of Maanch getting recognized. People using it I'm going to record my impact on Maanch. So I think that's something that I really look forward to hearing. And that's with most of the products that I work on. It's more about my users and users actually accepting it, and that's when you get as a tech person, you feel the most joyful when you build something and someone's actually using, rather than, it's just getting shelved somewhere. But yeah, personally, I really look forward to that, and hearing Maanch being more mainstream.
I think at some point in the future, when I ask someone the best bit of software that you can't do without, if they say Maanch, I'd be really happy. So becoming that piece of software that everyone goes for, or Microsoft or Apple, I think there's so much to be said for it. And I really do hope your product becomes one of those. The final question for me is best bit of advice you've ever been given.
It's hard to answer. I think I kind of never stop dreaming about, never stop just dreaming, and never stop your imagination, and do not limit yourself. So I think there's something about this, because there are so many people out there who would tell you that either, for example, this product is already existing, or there are so many competitors, don't go there and stuff. So, and yeah, I think that's just, if you have a big dream to achieve something, you can do that. So yeah.
Chase it. Karina?
Yeah, I think someone very recently told me it's okay to slow down and like take time for yourself. So yeah, because obviously with what we're doing and with the way the situation is, it's very easy to forget and tend to your personal needs and stuff. But yeah, I think that's the best advice I got, and I got it at a time when I actually needed it.
Needed to slow down. Yeah, no. Sometimes you've got to give yourself a flat tire to take a break, and be one of those people that forces yourself to slow down. I'm definitely one of those. So I'm glad I'm not the only person in the world thinking, Jesus, does it always go like this? Guys, I really feel like I've got a nice overview of the product, but I feel like I need to learn more. So I'd love to have you back at some point in the future to kind of go into more details on each of your products. But I'd also love to see some of your marketing stuff below, so that my network can see your product and hopefully engage with it. You've been really informative. You've been really helpful. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope that you get lots of interest from this. And good luck with your hiring. So we know what vacancies you've got. Have you got any jobs you're hiring for today?
I think on the tech team, they always have something open.
Yeah, we are looking for like a project manager currently, and obviously we are always open to more developers. And since we're exploring AI as well, we are there are open roles in AI as well.
Cool. All right. Well, if you share your careers page, a little demo about the product, and some more information below, I hope this video reaches a few more people and people understand a bit more about you guys as well. But best of luck, and it was a massive pleasure having you on for episode 4. I'll see you later on, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.